What is going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? I know you can't see me yet, but that's okay. What do we get today? We get something special? Did we get something special, Jack?
Yes, we do have something special. Zack Snyder keeps titillating us and is making these last 3 days go by even longer, but that's okay. We waited 3 years. We can wait 3 days.
Yeah. So we're back. We're going to be talking both of the Snyder Cut teaser trailers, and my oh my, were they fun. Were they really fun to watch. Definitely giving us just the tip. He's giving us just the tip. Sunday's going to be really fun. I don't want to say that. But he's giving us just enough to salivate at the mouth a little bit. And Sunday, I have a feeling that Sunday is going to be like nothing we've ever seen before. I have a feeling that, it's just going to be wild. Like the internet's going to absolutely break. Welcome to TY's Corner. Make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any new uploads from the channel. Make sure that you're checking the description of the videos. I've included how you can become a patron, get exclusive access to anything that we're doing a day early. If that's as long as it's a podcast or pre-recorded, we'll send it to you a day early, get you your own link. You'll get 10% off the store, and for things like we're doing an upcoming project, we'll ask you guys to be test audiences, yearly gifts, you name it, we got it, and we got it for you. Also, we have a couple things in the works, and not including our month-long February guest spot, which includes, every YouTuber and podcaster you could imagine, or at least would like to hear from in preparation for the Snyder Cut. But we're working on a live stream for March 18th. It's a pre and a post show for Zack Snyder's Justice League. The pre-show being speculation, the post-show being a live review. We'll also be doing a live show from Showcase Cinemas live again on March 31st for Godzilla vs. Kong, kind of like we did for Wonder Woman. Jack has a little bit more detail on that if he wants to go ahead and talk about that before we get into this.
So we can announce this. As you know, on December 25th, we did a show from Showcase Cinemas, Lowell. This time, we're going to be at Dedham, which is Ty, as you've told me, it's a state-of-the-art facility. They have something called X Plus, which is a unique experience. We will be at Dedham on March 31st. We'll do a pre-show and a review show live from the cinema, because these type of movies need to be watched on the big screen. They are not meant to be watched on your phone. These are big movies, and it doesn't get bigger than Kong versus Godzilla. So we will be doing it live at the theater. And look, if you're young, you're healthy, you have no pre-existing conditions, you should be going to the movies. This is an industry that needs our support. And listen, Snyder Cut is coming out on HBO Max. We're going to watch it. But if that comes out on IMAX or X Plus, we're going to watch it. We have to support our local cinemas. And on March 31st, that's exactly what we'll be doing. So join us for the pre-show and the post-show on the 31st. And it looks like from here on out, we'll be doing a lot of big releases live from Dedham. And that's really exciting.
Yes. So the plan is to any tentpole film or any blockbuster will most likely be doing live shows. So, I mean, and the reason we're bringing that up now is the future of the DCEU is kind of up in the air right now. But eventually these films will get back to theaters. So it's not just Godzilla vs. Kong that we're doing in live from Showcase, but eventually
everything.
Yeah. Eventually it'll be things like Shazam 2 or Black Adam or the Suicide Squad, stuff like that. We'll be doing shows like that live from Showcase as well. Unfortunately, right now, we can't really say which films, but we're just, it's that type of film. But I did make a little video, a little thing, so that we could watch it just to start it off, just to kick this off. I didn't include the audio, but I'd like to watch this. It's both of the teasers put together.
Oh.
So we can talk over it. I like this shot. So this Darkseid right here. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's just beautiful. Like the cinematography in these trailers are just as absolutely overwhelming.
I didn't appreciate this when it came out because I was so used to the MCU that I really didn't appreciate how much of a good cinematographer Zack is, because I think cinematography, especially in comic book movies, no one's thinking about except for Zack Snyder. They don't care about how a shot looks, how something can be visually appealing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a movie you can just take a screenshot of, make a poster of, and just look at it. And I think, again, I always talk about what Martin Scorsese said, overall movies aren't cinema. I'm starting to understand what he meant. Because, look, I went to film school, you went to film school, and we always talk about mise en scene, why a scene is important. Zack Snyder is the only director who puts thought into his shots. Right. And the problem is people aren't paying attention. They're like, oh, it's a comic book movie. It's going to be fun, dumb, and stupid.
Right.
Well, maybe it can be real cinema. I think BVS is real cinema.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you there. The thing about Zack's movies is he pays so much attention to detail, and he truly does. Like, so there's not a shot in Zack's, even if it's just a trailer. Like, there's not a shot that hasn't been dissected by him, or put there on purpose, lined up. Like he draws his storyboards out. Like, he has his films. I mean, from what we saw about, so I remember in one of his like watch party trailer things, he pulled out some storyboards for the Watchmen film. I mean, this guy, the opening credit sequence, he had it drawn out, like down to like the posters that were all in the background. The guy, like, he doesn't short himself when it comes to preparation. And Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League is no exception. This is a movie that you can tell he put so much work into and so much passion, and then to have what happened. Yeah. I mean, it's for, and people sometimes ask, why do you think that Zack didn't watch Justice League? That's the reason. That's the reason I think he didn't watch it. It's because he put so much time and effort and so many man hours into his Justice League movie that anything short of his own vision, he didn't care about. He didn't want to watch it. It wasn't the Justice League we deserved. It wasn't the one we needed, and it sure as hell wasn't the one we got. And the fact that he does think about the fans, or like Easter eggs, or the source material when he's doing out his storyboards, when he's doing his pre-production, when he's doing his principal photography, like every step of the game, Zack's involved, and he makes sure, like for instance, Garza pointed out that the wheelchair that Lex gifts the gentleman who has a gripe with Superman, like, if you look at it, there's in the shape of a cowl on the back of it, a Batman cowl, and obviously, like, it's not some like huge revelation, but it is an interesting detail, and he doesn't do that stuff not on, like, it's not an accident that lands where it lands when it lands. So it really is crazy when you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, look, so I want to clarify something. When we say a visual director, people think that means, oh, he doesn't tell a story. He's just really good at making visuals. A visual director is, so a lot of times in film, you learn the story through exposition, where someone is telling you, like, and Marvel movies do this a lot, and I love the Marvel movies, like, oh, we're going to go over here and do this, otherwise this is going to happen. That's exposition. Zack Snyder in his film will use instead of giving you exposition, and he does use exposition, he will use a shot, and you got to pay attention to the shot because the shot is telling you something. It's not just a regular movie where you have a scene and it's just a scene. No, he, instead of using exposition all the time, he will use certain shots, certain moments, and he's expecting you to be intelligent enough to try to figure out what's happening in that scene. Why is Lex Luthor looking at Mercy a certain way when they get the kryptonite? Because later on he's going to kill her. That's what visual director means. It doesn't mean he takes good pictures. It means he's telling you something in the scene. The question is, are you paying attention, or have you shut your mind off and are trying to have everything explained to you? And that's the beauty of BVS. My one fear is that Justice League will be good, but it won't be as good as BVS, because BVS is so loaded. Every shot is loaded. But I think I'll be wrong, and I want to be wrong, because BVS was and he had Chris defending him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he sure did. I'm interested to see. I'm interested to see what he includes in the actual trailer, and how far he'll go into showing us things, or showing us like what is he gonna repurpose things that he's told us. How is he gonna line it up? What he'll include, like, so Andrew brought up a good point earlier, like, would you think he'll show us Martian Manhunter? I don't, but again, if it does happen, I won't mind. I wouldn't be mad, but I don't want to see Martian Manhunter's true form yet. I wouldn't be mad at him if he did it, right? Because
didn't Harry Lennox confirm that he is in it and he's already filmed the stuff?
Yeah, the question is not if Martian Manhunter's in it. It's I would like a couple things to not be seen yet until the movie comes out. I would rather see it for the first time there. Okay. But with the lack of marketing, like posters or limited edition cups at McDonald's, I can understand why maybe he might show it.
Yeah.
Or I know, like, there's a reason that we'll probably get to see Darkseid in the trailers, but we're not going to hear him. Like, we won't hear Ray Porter, I don't think, until the actual film.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was going to say, like, yeah, okay, yeah. So the actual film, yeah, and nor should we. Look, Zack, and we go back to when he announced BVS, he loves to have a flair for the dramatic. When he announced the Snyder Cut was coming, he plays it coy. He's like, well, I don't know, I haven't. And then all of a sudden, boom. He likes to set the fans up. He is a really good person. He knows how fans are, and he knows how to, I used this word earlier, titillate you, foreplay, kind of just get you excited, and then at some point the climax is going to come. He's so good at that. So I guarantee you, if anyone's worried, like tomorrow, will we see too much? I guarantee you no. I guarantee you're going to see everything you saw yesterday and today and more, but the best is yet to come, because he is in 100% control. And in hindsight, this sounds awful, but had Zack had, the tragedy not happened in his family, we may not have gotten this movie. Even the movie that, if Zack Snyder had stayed on, done the reshoots, the 2017 film still would have been part Zack Snyder, part what the studio wants. Yeah. This way, we're getting 100% Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
And that's whether, we had on the other day, I think it was Anthony who was saying, it seems like pieces have been set so that we as fans are going to get 100% Zack Snyder. No studio interference. And I don't know, sometimes things happen for a reason, or if bad things happen, better things come out of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because even if Zack had stayed on, chances are the 2017 film would not be what we're going to see today. It would have still been heavily studio interference, Jeff Johns, John Berg influence, and it would still, who knows, it might not have been a good movie.
Yeah.
Because what he wanted, he never got. And unfortunately, through these horrible circumstances, now we're getting 100% Zack Snyder. No interference. And there's some beauty to that, like darkness, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. We probably would have got another bad BVS situation where
exactly
the film that comes out in theaters doesn't get a warm reception. he would have put it out later as a director's cut or an ultimate edition, and the people that was already butthurt about the theatrical cut wouldn't have bothered even watching the director's cut, because if the theatrical cut didn't impress them, what's the director's cut going to do for me? Like Justice, that's exactly what Justice's his mindset is, right? And I don't think that would have done any better than the BVS situation. The BVS situation is still seen as a failure, even though it wasn't financially. Critically, it was, right? So it would have been the same kind of situation, and that would have been a shame. This way, now we're setting it up so that we know that these two films are completely separate, right? 2017's Justice League and 2021's Zack Snyder's Justice League. We are, at least we, not general audiences yet, but we as a fan base know that they're separate films and they're completely polar opposites. I'm very surprised that people still think that this is the same film. It's not the same film. Wake up. Wake up.
You're right. And you know what bugs me about
Your
it?
bird is distracting.
I know. But, birds are pretty. So I'm sorry. Well, someone is supposed to send me a microphone, so I'm joking.
I did.
But
it's already said,
last
asshole.
night, I'll tell you this. Last night, so Bonks is sponsoring us, and we had a really nice crowd last night, and I'm telling them about Zack Snyder's Justice League. A lot of people don't even know what I'm talking about. These are not necessarily comic book fans. The comic book fans know, but a lot of general audiences don't know. Yeah, these people and that bartender, he's there. They don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm hoping between Sunday and March 18th, they need to take maybe it's not Warner Brothers, but HBO Max needs to market this like it's Game of Thrones season 8. They need to market this well. Put the money for it, because look, I've seen Terminator 2 director's cut. I've seen Aliens director's cut. I've seen Alien director's cut. Blade Runner director's cut. It's the same movie. And look, I don't blame them for thinking that, director's cut. But that's not why it's called director's cut. This is entirely a different movie. And it's hard to explain because nothing like this has ever happened in movie history, where fans got what they wanted. The only thing I can think of, and I know, Ty, I don't think you watched Twin Peaks, but Twin Peaks ended in 1991 when I was 3 years old. Mm-hmm. And fans wrote for years, finish the show. And 25 years later, it worked. 25 years later, Showtime's like, hey, we can make money. Now the Twin Peaks fan base is tens of millions of people across the globe. Let's go to David Lynch. David Lynch, you want to make season 3 of Twin Peaks and finish that story? That's the only thing I can think of. But Twin Peaks, again, is a small thing. This is huge.
Right.
You're talking about HBO, Warner Brothers, AT&T. This is a big deal. And I love that Vanity Fair is covering this. I love that they're giving attention to this. But we as fans have a duty upon ourselves to explain this to people. This is not a director's cut. It's not like, the same movie, but with like a few extra minutes of footage. This is like, look at these shots. None of this was in that film.
No,
none of this was in that film.
And you can see, like, when Superman, I'll show you when we get to it. The shot right here that's coming up, that one.
Beautiful.
So that shot was repurposed, and the way Joss used it was different. Yeah. That's what they did with Justice League, is and then there's a scene where Wonder Woman is the same thing in the first trailer, the first teaser, when Wonder Woman is using her blade to fight Steppenwolf. They repurposed that shot and used it during the tunnel battle.
Yeah.
Which is why when we watch the tunnel battle, it's on a straight line, right? Yeah. It's you can tell that scene was altered, or that there were things in that scene that weren't supposed to be there. Like, this is a completely different film. My God, it's getting louder.
Already. But you know what I'll say to you is the most important piece of footage we got, despite these two teasers, the footage we got earlier this week, where we saw Steppenwolf fighting the Amazonians, and he just cuts this girl's head off, and you see a bunch of blood. Like, I knew this was going to be R-rated, but seeing, like, it's not like a little squirt of blood, it's like a lot of blood. I was like,
Right.
okay, he's not holding back. This
Right.
is not going to, because BBS Ultimate Edition is rated R, but in terms of violence, it's kind of the same. There's an F bomb later.
Yeah.
But this movie, look, I think Thanos is one of the best comic book villains. There's an opportunity potentially to be scarier. And in that one scene, when he hacks that poor Amazonian girl's head off, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
You just see blood fly out. Because a lot of Marvel movies and comic book movies, they cut down the violence. You know, you see dozens and dozens of people being killed, but they make it look very PG, very soft, and that's not real. You know, even
Right.
though it's a comic book movie, it's not real. People die, it's real. That's why I always compare Man of Steel to the first Avengers movie. You have two cities being attacked, thousands of people dying. The difference is, and I love the first Avengers movie, is that the Avengers are making jokes, but in Man of Steel, you see people screaming for their lives. And
Yeah.
anyone who says that's not in the comics has not read the comics. Every time Superman gets in a big battle, there is a lot of collateral damage. And this is the first movie that had the balls to ask that question. Well, yeah, what happens when thousands of people die? Because let's be honest, I love the first Avengers movie, but if you watch Captain America Civil War, it turns out the death toll was 76 people. You know,
Ha!
General
It's a ridiculous amount of number.
General Thunderbolt Ross, he's going
Yeah.
through like this happened in New York, Washington, Sokovia. It says 76 people. Now, I'm not bloodthirsty, but I'm like, dude, we saw skyscrapers collapsing. Look, we've lived through that. You and I have lived through that. Some of our viewers might be young, but we saw that actually happen. You can't like do 76 people, but in Man of Steel, it is genuine fear. You see people screaming, crying. There are no jokes. Superman's not smiling and telling jokes and making quips at the camera. It's real violence. And if there's not real violence, then what the hero does doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter.
And I understand why Marvel.
Loki, he wasn't actually evil. He was under the influence of the Mind Stone. They even changed that. I'm like, what if Loki was genuinely evil and just said, I don't care? There's a great scene in the first Avengers when Thor's like, Loki, look what you're doing. Look at this. Is this what you want? You know, and he kind of hesitates. It's a great scene because,
Right.
I mean, Metropolis is a fake city, but New York City is a real city. Manhattan is real. We saw that happen. And I hate that even during Age of Ultron, you have thousands of people dying and Captain America's making jokes, Quicksilver, they're all making jokes. It takes you out of it. Why? Because they want you to feel comfortable. Zack Snyder does not try to make you comfortable. He tries to make you look at the damage, the death, the destruction, and says, well, these are the consequences. And to me, that's what makes a character more heroic when there are actual consequences, when there are actual people being killed. Otherwise, what do you need heroes for? You know?
Yeah. And question. Do you I can't find where it's been confirmed, but everyone's saying that because as soon as I saw it, I said, okay, that's Granny Goodness right there, right? Because she's a high-ranking official in Darkseid's companionship. So to see
her name is what?
Granny Goodness. People think that Judi Dench is playing her, but what we saw. So the woman in the back, there's Darkseid is in the back, and there's a woman, right? I immediately said Granny Goodness. People are also now saying that it's confirmed. Zack confirmed it to be Granny Goodness. I can't find where he confirmed it. So if anyone could send that to me, so we could do that, I would be really appreciative, because I couldn't find it on Twitter or Vero. There's like 1 million comments and 1 million views already. It's very hard to look through it all. But most people are confirming that was Granny Goodness in the background behind Darkseid and next to Darkseid.
Her name is Granny Goodness?
Yeah.
Or is that a name given to her? Like, is that what people call her?
No, that's her name. It's you'll have to read the source material, but okay. It's like, you know how Thanos has the Black Order?
Yeah.
Well, he has his like entourage.
Oh, I gotta say something. I have been reading comments all day because of this teaser, and people are like, DC is ripping off Thanos over here. They're trying to make their own Thanos, and people are trying to explain, look, Thanos is a great character, but Darkseid was the original character, and Thanos was kind of a ripoff of Darkseid. And they're like, no, 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 no. This movie's coming out in 2021. Thanos happened in 2018, and I'm like, but people are arguing about this online right now.
Yeah.
That Thanos was invented, 2012, because he's at the end of the Avengers. And I'm thinking to myself, like,
there's no doubt that Marvel decided to use their biggest bad, like Thanos, right? Could be potentially labeled, arguably, as their biggest bad. There's no doubt that Marvel decided to use their big bad first, right? There's no doubt that was the case, right? Darkseid, however, was the original, right? And Thanos was not a copycat, but a Marvel's version. Like, I wouldn't go as far as to say copycat, because in the comic book world, people borrow ideas constantly. They weren't like doing it maliciously, right? They just
maliciously, but in the comic books, Thanos is much more like Darkseid. In the comics, like if you read Infinity Gauntlet, Thanos is doing this to impress Lady Death. He has no remorse. I like the Thanos in the MCU, who's not like I am evil and I am bad. No, he actually has
purpose.
Gravitas. He actually has purpose. He's not a vicious person. He even does his best. He could have killed the Avengers like that, not to get, no pun intended. He could have killed all of them. He's not trying to kill the Avengers. He actually respects Iron Man. But Steppenwolf and Darkseid, they're not going to be remorseful or purposeful.
Hell no.
They're gonna massacre people. They don't care. You are inferior. We're superior. This is the new law. And Zack is good at writing villains. I think we're going to see a little bit of Xerxes in one of these characters. Like, hey, we're doing this for your benefit. You're weak. Right. We're better. I think we're going to see that style there.
I just want to say hi to Jack. I think I've seen your name before, but I just in case, I do want to say hi and welcome to the Pop Culture Corner. We're happy to have you here, and we love you, man. I hope everyone was excited. So what does this mean? Does this mean we're gonna get another teaser tomorrow?
Now it's like, if you don't get one, I'm gonna be mad. Like,
right?
They did 3 days, 2 days, 1 day, 1 day. Like, yeah, I think so.
All right. So you're gonna be up in the morning or what?
Yeah. Well,
all right.
Work, but yeah, I'll try to be here.
Okay. Oh, he's gonna catch up. What up, all? Gonna go back to the beginning and catch up on double speed. I love it.
There we go.
But yeah, so what Ill Life says here is
carry on. I'll be back in 3 minutes.
3 minutes? That's a little too much. I'm just kidding. I don't care. All right, let me know when you're back. So yeah, I'm really excited. I would like to get everyone's take. While Jack's not here, thank God we don't have to listen to his stupid bird in his computer. God, it's so annoying. I sent him a new microphone though, so I mailed him a microphone. That's how dedicated I am to getting rid of that freaking noise, that god noise in his microphone. My God. But what is everyone's favorite shot in the 2 teasers that we've gotten so far? I'd be interested to know what your favorite part of the 2 teasers are and why. So I'm gonna have to say, we can put it back. I don't know if I'm gonna get like copyright infringed on here, but let's do this. So we'll go through it one more time. I'm gonna point out my favorite shot. All right, my favorite shot is not here, right? Right there. Yes, obviously, just because it's Darkseid, right? That's awesome. My shot is right coming up. Artemis, ready? Right after this, right there, boom, Artemis. When she is pulling the arrow back and about to shoot up in what's up, DC Talk with Extended. DC Talk with Extended is the patron of the Nicotina Show. Very good guy. He's a really fun to talk to. Oh, Jesus Christ. Really? Am I still choppy? Hold Hold on. Did it go back? Why is it that whenever he's in here and then I take him out, it goes to like some weird like I start getting like this weird lag that I've never had. Like if I take him out, I start becoming Joss Whedon's version of Justice League, and I start having like weird upper lips and stuff. I can see it on my TV that it's still happening. This is so stupid. I fucking hate this. I hate StreamYard so much. I really do. I never have these problems on OBS. That's okay. What we'll do here is we're going to play this again just to make sure, just to catch it back up on whatever is happening right now. Yeah, so hold on one sec. Gotta get back to normal life. I'm pretty sure Jack's like a jinx. Man, you keep jinxing me, dog.
How am I jinxing you?
Because every single time I take you out of the stream, all of a sudden something happens to me, and I start looking like I have Henry Cavill upper lip.
Well, folks, we have to tell you that Ty has a big mustache and beard that we've been CGIing out these last few months. Now everyone knows.
Yeah. The flash shot is amazing. There's so many flash shots that are amazing.
I have the.
It really is.
I know you made a video, but I have the tweets up. If you want to show them.
Yeah, go ahead.
The audio.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I have day 2 and day 3. Let's watch day 3 first. But I have them ready. Let's do that.
Yeah, because this way we can like stop it and look at it.
So the first time I'll play the audio. Let's see. Here we go. 2 days.
But I don't think anyone ever actually said it. So I asked you. Jack's the only one that answered it. Jack Pierre. I asked what your favorite shot of the trailer is of both teasers. If you want to put that in the comments and let us know. By the way, yesterday we had the most engagement out of any video ever. So I just want to say thank you for that. That was a really good time. It was like over.
We had many people.
Many.
All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
All right. Man. All right, so the only thing I think we saw in Justice League was this shot. Here we go. I think this was in Justice League. I might be wrong, but I think this shot was in Justice League. Look at that. Look at that. That looks beautiful. Oh, Ty.
Next time you run through, pause it at Darkseid.
All right. Here we go. I'll do it right now. We'll start from the beginning.
All right, right there. So see the woman in the back?
Okay.
With the white hair right here?
Yeah.
So just like a blurry version of her, that looks like Granny Goodness, right? You can see the staff that she's holding, her hair, and the fact that she's standing up next to Darkseid. And so it goes Darkseid, then Darkseid, right? Then Darkseid and Granny Goodness, and then the whole troop, all the troops in the background.
Yeah.
That's like what leads me to believe that it was. That's why when I first saw it, I said, okay, that's Granny, right? Because like Granny's really high up there on the people that Darkseid trusts list.
She looks very human. I mean,
most of them are in the source material. Steppenwolf and they're all like very humanoid. And yes, you're right. She does look very humanoid, and even in a comparison to Desaad right here.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. I think that's why it's a little bit blurry that we can't really see.
Yeah.
So this is what I think we see through the boom tube, right? Remember how Zack told us that? Look at it right now, right? So if I were like, if the boom tube was there, and Zack had told us that through the boom tube, what we see is Darkseid and his forces. Well, what do we see in this picture? Darkseid and his forces, and he's standing up very maniacally, right? Like this is like I'm standing, like coming at you, like ready to fight, and then the boom tube collapses, and then we kind of get that Thanos moment, right? The okay, I'll do it myself moment.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, compare this to the first shot of the first trailer where he's Uxas. He looks lean and hungry here. He's not too big. He has like kind of like a Dwayne the Rock Johnson build to him. He looks muscular, like, and look at those eyes. Just inhuman.
Those eyes are pretty damn scary, actually.
Yeah. So let's go through this frame by frame. So I have it on mute. So I'm pretty sure this shot was in the Justice League 2 cap, but this shot right here, that looks amazing. I'm guessing is that Metropolis?
It looks like Metropolis, yes. However,
Metropolis.
Due to the nature of the fog, I can't say exactly yes.
Because in BVS we did see Batman in the nightmare sequence look across, and it kind of looked very dry. So I'm kind of curious. When is the nightmare sequence? Because in BVS, at the end of the nightmare sequence, we see Bruce Wayne supposedly get killed by Superman. Superman's like, "You took her from me," and he shoves his hand into his chest. So are the nightmare sequences set before? I don't know. But that looks great. So there's the shot of Darkseid, everyone. And I hit right here. This is the color palette in Justice League. It was like very orange and bright, and it never explained why is it orange. This looks like a night, and again, Batman shooting parademons, which they put in Justice League. But why cut this scene out?
Exactly. So remember what I said the other day is I'm really like whoever the idiots were that like sat down and watched this with the pre-visualizations and everything and was like, yeah, this isn't really the movie we want. Like, come on, like this is absolutely epic.
Yeah.
And so this might explain the red hue and why Joss thought it was a good idea to use that red hue.
Yeah.
It looks like Wanda Maximoff has come into Zack Snyder's Justice League and created the Hex inside of Zack's Justice League world.
You know what pisses me off? This movie was conceptualized before Infinity War, but I can already see people making comparisons and saying that Zack Snyder's ripping off Marvel, which is not true. But here we go.
No, not at all.
Again, hold on. We see the shield collapsing a little bit. Here we go. So look at the shield right here. It's collapsing. And now we thought we saw a flash in the Speed Force before on the Hallelujah trailer. But this looks even nuttier. I mean, you can barely see it. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing how much we're getting despite so little. So.
Right. You got to remember, these are 18-second clips.
Yeah.
Like, it's really not a lot.
But what is that? I mean, that looks nuts. Like.
So that looks like the explosion that Flash could be. So what Andrew said, Andrew Caselli, what he said is possibly that the Justice League does lose, right? And they die. And the Flash runs back in time to warn them that they can't win this fight without Superman.
Yeah.
So that could potentially be the explosion that
Okay.
that kills them.
So what I was thinking was because what I was like it'd be kind. So if Andrew is Andrew on today?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so Andrew, my theory is not that the entire Justice League dies, and I said this yesterday. In fact, you might have been watching. I think Cyborg dies. Remember, Cyborg is born of the Mother Box, and even if Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Batman are there, Cyborg is the only one who can communicate with the Mother Boxes. We even saw this in Justice League. So my theory is that even though Superman can stop Steppenwolf, once the unity begins, Cyborg is the only one who stops it. So I want to know what the fans think. I think that Cyborg dies. That's why Zack said Cyborg is so central. We assumed that meant that, well, Cyborg has a lot of runtime. I think that it means that Cyborg is central to stopping the Mother Boxes from unifying, and that it's Cyborg's death that he has to go back and stop. Because if in the movie we get very deep into Cyborg's story, his father and his mother and all that, and that he were to die, we're invested with this character. So like your theory, Andrew, a little bit different. I think it's just Cyborg who dies. So it doesn't matter if Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman kill Steppenwolf. They just stop the unity. So, if that's the same story.
Right. And that could be true as well. So maybe the whole league doesn't die, and but this is. I think this movie, I can't remember who I said this to, but this movie is absolutely going to reinvent what a comic book film can be, right? This movie looks dark, but it all looks hopeful. It looks gritty. It looks, so like I said, it looks dark but hopeful, gritty yet grounded, cosmic but not cosmic. Like, it just looks like it has everything that you could possibly want. And I'm salivating at my mouth.
Yeah, I mean, these teaser trailers, sometimes when you watch a trailer, it kind of satiates you. Like, it makes you like, all right, okay, I've seen enough. But these trailers, like, these 3 days have felt longer. I feel like are going to feel longer than the last 3 years. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but just seeing this, I mean, that shot of Darkseid, I can't, because we saw him as Uxas, and he clearly looks different than he did in that shot from the Hallelujah trailer where he's supposed to be younger. There's no sympathy in that face. What was beautiful about Thanos and the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and they're using Josh Brolin's face, is that there was sympathy there. There was like, this guy's not just crazy. There was some humanity in him. He doesn't want to kill his daughter. He's not crazy according to him. This guy does not look like he's messing around.
No, not at all. And like, I want to know how many people are behind him, right? Like, I want to know how deep his forces run. I'm sure that they run deep, right? I'm sure he has, like, because I don't know if you guys remember when, like, Thanos, like, his army was giant, right? I want to see Darkseid have a bigger army. I want to see Darkseid just, like, be the scariest villain that there ever was. I want him to be the Luke Skywalker of this age. Right. Not the Luke Skywalker, the Darth Vader, I'm sorry.
Well, let me ask you this, because you know the comics better than I do. Is it fair to compare the Parademon army to the Chitauri?
No, because the Chitauri army isn't necessarily a real thing. They are an army, but the Chitauri were repurposed in the MCU because they didn't have the rights to certain characters. So that's why they used the Chitauri.
Oh, okay.
Right. So that was made. It was different.
The Justice League. By the way, are we doing the watch party for Justice League tonight or later?
I would like to do it tonight. I didn't realize it was Friday.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're gonna do the Ty, would you be okay with this? Justice League movie is less than 2 hours with credits. Are you okay if we paused it and talked about certain scenes and how they're different?
Yeah.
Okay. So, because here's the thing, the Parademons aren't that scary in Justice League. But in the Snyder Cut trailer, in the Hallelujah trailer, they're beating the crap out of the Batmobile. But Batman and everyone else, they seem more like flies. Like, let's say you're a human being, you're surrounded by like 100 flies. It's annoying, but you can take them out. They're flies. That's how the parademons came off. But maybe in this movie, because especially that first trailer, which I think might be one of the best trailers I've ever seen, they're knocking the shit out of the Batmobile. They're like slamming into it with their bodies. It's like, dude, they're strong. They're not just like flies that you can spot or kill with bug spray, according to Joss. They're very dangerous.
But also, you have to think also, Darkseid is choosing like the best warriors of wherever, and he's taking them and turning them into parademons. So they're not just some random hobo on the street turned into a parademon. They are the best warriors of their like planet, land, or whatever, and turn into parademons. So they still have that mentality of being that warrior. So they aren't just some fly.
Yeah.
You know.
But exactly, but my point is like that Joss Whedon scene with the little girl, and I feel bad for those actors in that scene. That little girl's probably like, "Ooh, I was in Justice League," but like she takes a can of bug spray. That takes away from the energy, like that. Oh, this kid is not taking it seriously, you know. And I want them to be evil, and this goes back to my first point. You have to show villains as evil. You can't do this PG-13 thing where like, oh, we just killed 200 people. Let's make quips about it, you know.
Right.
And Caden, did you see? You saw that black and white footage of Steppenwolf. I don't know about you, but like I was shocked when I saw all that blood. Like this was bloody.
Yes, it's crazy. And also, I think Zack said it, or someone said it. Someone in the Zack Snyder camp said that that the Amazonians cut off their arms just so they won't be turned into parademons. So they're
interesting.
I think.
So there's. Sorry to cut you off.
Very bloody. It's very bloody. Like
there's
especially the Amazonian stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's like self-torture and like sacrifice, like things that you would do. Like say that this happened, right? Say that Darkseid's real, the parademons are real, what they're doing is real, and they come to Earth tomorrow. These are things that people would do, right? Oh, I don't want to be a parademon, right? If I'm about to die, or if I think that, potentially I'm not going to make it, right? Cut off my arms so they can't take me alive, right? Right. Those are things that people are going to do because they'd rather stay human and die than become a parademon and live.
Right. And so, and the Amazonians have dealt with the parademon army before, so that they know what it's like to be defeated and what it's not like to be defeated. So this is their first defeat by the parademons and Steppenwolf's army. This is the first time they ever felt defeated in like a long time, because they are supposedly the greatest warriors of Earth. The Atlanteans and the Amazonians are the greatest warriors of Earth, but yet they got defeated this time, and then they warn Wonder Woman that this is happening, that we are defeated, and we need your help. We need,
basically,
we desperately need you. Like you're like the last remnants of the old gods. We need you.
Yeah.
And then Superman's dead, so Wonder Woman's the only one that's like has the blood of the old gods and is able to figure out a way to defeat them. And Darkseid knows this. He knows
question.
There's someone out there.
I have a question. So do you think Themyscira is going to be wiped off the map?
Possibly.
Do you think that do you think that like something's going to happen in this, like something was always supposed to happen in Zack's Snyder Cut, that Themyscira was either all this, most of them are wiped out, or something happens and like because if you remember in Justice League, Steppenwolf gets the mother box and just takes off, right? Doesn't really do too much damage, leaves them all behind. A real villain, right? He's gonna leave you something to remember him by. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's gonna take them alive or dead.
Right.
And then he's gonna have Darkseid turn them to parademons. No matter what. That's why Amazonians know this, and they're gonna either some of them are not gonna survive by Steppenwolf, or they're gonna kill themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Okay,
so
that's why
because Caden, you mentioned them cutting their arms off. This is kind of connected to that. Is it true that in the comics, I have not read too much Wonder Woman, that they cut off their breast so they can become better archers, or is that something they made up?
I'm not sure on that either. I've seen that, and I was like, and it was, I'm like, that's pretty dark in the Wonder Woman lore too.
Apparently,
who said that?
Gal Gadot said it because when she was announced she was cast, people made some comments about her breasts because she's very skinny, and they said her breasts aren't big enough for some. So Gal Gadot tweeted, "Well, in the comics, the Amazonians cut their breasts off so they can be better archers." And so I was wondering, is that true? Like, is it true that they cut their breasts off? I have no idea. I've never read a Wonder Woman comic outside of, when she's with the Justice League or with Batman. So I was wondering, Caden or Todd, if you know that's true or not. That's the level of sacrifice that they go through as women.
Okay. Well, it doesn't look like they use that lore.
Linda Carter had 2 boobs. That's all I'm going to say.
So did Wonder Woman. I mean, so did Gal, and so did Hippolyta, and every other Amazonian. So I think that if they did do that in Zack's universe, there would have been outrage. Like girls would be like, ah! I know, just because Steppenwolf's murdering them.
Steppenwolf killing the women, the Amazonians, like, oh, this is Zack Snyder. Okay, not if you heard about this. They say this is Zack Snyder condoning violence against women.
Yeah, that's a face palm and a half. If I've ever heard one.
I'm like, these are women warriors that are faithful into who they are. They don't want to be changed, so they are going to do anything to change. And what they do is cut off their arms and kill themselves before they can change into someone that's evil.
Yeah, right. And see, this is why, so yesterday, Ty, when I joined the show for about 10 minutes, if anyone misunderstood, I wasn't defending Gina Carano. I was against the idea of people overreacting because it didn't go viral, but enough people were like, oh my God, Zack Snyder is showing this male creature killing all these women. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, you again, it's not about what was meant by the scene, because as we understand it, spoiler alert, at least in Zack's original version, I don't know if this is what we're going to see, but it's Wonder Woman who kills Steppenwolf. He doesn't fly away crying. She cuts his freaking head off.
Yeah.
She's the one who beats him. Superman might beat him up, but she's the one who takes her sword and just slices that mother effer's head off. That's the beauty of it. That's where, you show the Amazonians getting defeated by Steppenwolf, and then she just comes and just cuts this motherfucker's head off.
And also this scene right here, when you see the apocalyptic Trinity coming up on screen.
There we go.
That is when they are coming up to the boom tube, and then the boom tube closes because the mother box are destroyed in the end.
And right there, I'm going to make a comparison here. Let's go to the end of Avengers 2012 when that one guy, I forgot what he's called, it's a human.
The Other?
Cannot be controlled. The Other. What's he called?
The Other. I love The Other. I wish he was around more.
They just so Darkseid or Thanos kind of smiling. This guy is not smiling. He looks pissed.
No. Both of them, though, you can, no comparison. They're both badass.
Yeah, they are. But my point is, I don't know if you were watching earlier, but I've been seeing comments all day online by people saying, and I'm not by any means a hardcore comic book fan. I have a lot of comics, but I'm not a hardcore comic book saying, "Oh, they copied Thanos." Zack Snyder is making his own version of Thanos, and I'm like, "Oh my god!"
That's a big slap in the face.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
it's
that
a
pisses me
stretch.
off. Like,
I'm like,
but he looks so. This is gonna sound kind of funny, but he looks so ripped right here. I know that sounds dumb, but
I actually liked
but
when you compared it to The Rock, because he actually does look like The Rock.
Dwayne Johnson, like he kind of has that kind of look to him. And this dude, I mean, I'm gonna assume because Steppenwolf looks huge. I'm gonna assume Darkseid's even bigger.
Oh yeah.
So Steppenwolf
like the crazy
is like
thing
9
is,
feet, he might be even bigger, and he's not gonna.
The crazy thing is.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the crazy thing is that this is Steppenwolf's nephew, of all people.
Right.
His
Yeah.
uncle. Like, this is not Steppenwolf's uncle. It's the other way around. It's crazy how like that Darkseid, the nephew of Steppenwolf, is the one to be like the ruler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
And
makes
also-
me think of, go ahead. Yeah.
Also, Zack also said that every single person has their own plan, but like Desaad has his own plan. Granny Goodness might have her own plan too.
Yeah.
But we might not see it in this movie, but we might see it in Zack Snyder's Justice League 2. Everyone, yes, I'm like, with the cliffhanger that they're gonna have, they have to make greenlight the sequel, because if you don't greenlit the sequel, the payoff for that one is gonna be dumb. Like, it's not gonna be dumb. It's just gonna be very weird to show Darkseid and do nothing with him for the next 10 years.
Look,
and
when go ahead. Sorry.
No, you can go.
So with Man of Steel, we knew we were going in a serious direction. BVS, we're going in a really serious direction. But because of critics and fan backlash, they were like, "Oh, let's make our movies more like Marvel." Right now, they need to double down. No, look, I love the MCU, but
me too.
I love the MCU. I love Wanda. I'm loving all of it. DC can say,
I want something
we're
different.
Not for kids. We're not for kids. Do it like that.
Yeah.
Stop trying to get $1 billion. Make something that is not for kids. I'm fine with that. I'm not asking for sex and nudity. I'm just saying, show these.
I am. Woo!
That's because you're a prevert. No, it's okay. You know what I mean?
But
like, I'm saying.
I'm like, I want
shot
something
of
different from the
slicing
MCU.
That girl's throat was like, wow.
Yeah.
This guy is not the guy who's like, "Mother, where's my mother? Why aren't you talking to mother?" Like, no, that girl's throat got slit. That was brutal. I was like, ooh, that's not what I was
And the no
expecting.
protectors here line, I can't wait to hear Desaad say that, because that's Desaad's line. It's not Steppenwolf's line. It's Desaad's line to
Kryptonians or anything.
It's he's telling that to Darkseid. It's not Steppenwolf telling to Desaad. It's Desaad repeating what Steppenwolf told him, but making it more theatrical, because Desaad is very theatrical. He exaggerates
things. Would it be okay
things.
if I shared the image from the first teaser and switch it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm gonna stop screen, and I'm gonna share the image from that first teaser. I know you covered it yesterday, but I would still like to cover the. I know Caden joined. Do you guys see it? Oh, that's 2 days. Hold on.
Jesus, Jack. Just kidding.
Well, I'm trying. I'm trying to. You know what? I'm going to share my entire screen, whatever. In 3 days. There we go. That should be the one. So let's watch it first, right here. This is from yesterday.
Like I said, that shot of shot of like with the arrow. Oh no, the shot of what's her name?
Let me put the audio off. Sorry. Which shot?
I always forget her name. Artemis when she's
Artemis?
Yeah, Artemis.
when she's got the arrow. Like I literally like it brings a tear to my eye how beautiful it is. Like if you could stop it where she's pulling back the arrow, just so I could explain why I love it so much. Right here.
There we go. That might be the best I can get.
So right there. Oh, beautiful. Right there. Right there. So first off, the level of how we're seeing this, right? So we have our drop down in the corner, and we have parademons at multiple different depths. It's kind of like I don't know. It's like it's just so beautiful to me. The color is it's not too extravagant, right? It's not this overwhelmingly colorful scene. And it's typically actually it's really colorless, right? It's two to three different main colors, but the depth to it, and the ship in the background contrasted a little bit like into like a blur with her. It's just like Endgame was a great film. Don't get me wrong. Endgame and Infinity War were great films, but the cinematography was very basic in those two. In most of Marvel movies, the cinematography is very basic, very straightforward, and to the point. There's not really like too many creative shots. This shot alone, it gives me shivers. Like throughout the whole trailer, and most likely, throughout the whole film, like we'll see things that truly take your breath away, and that's what Zack does well. Like, people call him the king of slow mo. Yeah, Zack does use slow motion to highlight certain scenes, but Zack is not the king of slow mo. He's the king of cinematography. He's the king of color grading, right? He's the king of pure beauty and art amongst his films.
But I think people, when they see the slow mo, they see it as cheap, and I did too. I was one of those. I was like, oh, he's just using slow motion as a cheap way. But I think it's him saying, focus on this scene. The problem is the audience is not
Right.
focusing. They're not focusing. They're like, oh, this is a cool scene.
Right. Also,
there's something going on here that no one's paying attention to.
Right. There's little subtleties that you see, like you have to focus on the shot to get what's happening.
Exactly.
Zack makes you pay attention to everything. If you don't pay attention to one little quick second, you miss the whole movie, basically.
I did not see this the first 100 times I watched this. I did not notice the Omega symbol there. I was so caught up that I didn't notice that. So wherever you have Steppenwolf, I did not notice the Omega symbol the first dozen times I watched this. It was right there. So I'm assuming this scene is from the history lesson, right? What do you guys think? I don't think this is right.
I would, if I had to guess, I would say yes. By the way, DC Talk with Extended is now a moderator of the chat. So I'm going to let him deal with kicking people out when it gets to that point. And
wait, that's my job.
If it ever happens, not when you're with me. No, it's not. But you also have that title as well. You in Justice automatically have it.
Extended. Nick,
yeah, he's a good guy. This guy. He's a good guy. I'll give it to Caden too.
Also, what's funny is that the Ava DuVernay.
Huh?
The Ava DuVernay Tom King movie? The Ava DuVernay and Tom King doing New Gods, right?
Yes.
Ava DuVernay and Tom King? No. Oh, they're doing New Gods.
So explain that.
So they're doing the movie. They're doing a movie called New Gods with Ava DuVernay and Tom King are writing the script. But someone pointed out, what if Ava and Tom are waiting on seeing what Zack does, so they can continue what he's doing and evolve the story of both what happened before and like how Granny Goodness, Barda, Mr. Miracle, how they are all important to this overall Snyderverse, and how even the the Shazam wizards are important to this too. How every single person that has been around is important to this everlasting story of Nightmare, of Darkseid, Apocalypse, terraforming, and all that. And yeah, I think I think that's what they're waiting for, to see what Zack does with Euxis, Darkseid, Steppenwolf, Desaad, Granny Goodness, and so they can finish up and write that script and then send it in to make it greenlit.
Right. I'm really excited to get a New Gods film. So like New Gods, Jack, is kind of like Eternals. Well, it's actually it's another way of the two companies. Oh my God, Jack.
It's Jack Kirby.
Yes,
Jack
I was
Kirby,
just gonna say that. Jack Kirby left.
couldn't do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Left DC and then was like, oh, I couldn't do much with the New Gods over there, but I'm going to do a whole lot over here with my version of the New Gods in Marvel.
So-
and he made the Eternals.
So, Kane,
And which I think,
this is what. Go ahead. Sorry.
which I think the Eternals is very colorful, more colorful than the New Gods, but the New
Mhm.
Gods story is more complex than the Eternal
Yeah.
story.
Okay. What
I
scares
agree.
the hell out of me is that Zack. Look, there is so much writing on March 18th. This could be the end. Like, hey, you got your Snyder cut. But I think there are so many more opportunities. This is what I said to you guys back in November to Ty and Justice when I was a guest.
Right.
I said, I am more excited about. Look, I'm excited for Falcon and Winter Soldier, WandaVision, which obviously is now on. I'm excited for all that. But I think there is more opportunity for DC if they stop trying to give people what they think people want.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Right.
Kick that out. The best art in cinema has always been directors giving you what you didn't know you wanted. Whether it's Francis Ford Coppola, whether it's Martin Scorsese, whether it's Quentin Tarantino, they're not giving you what you think they want. They're giving you what they can give. And I
Right.
think, Kane, going to your point, I think people need to shut the hell up, watch it. Watch it.
Right.
Watch the Snyder Cut. Because this direction is so much more interesting to me than Birds of Prey 2. And I like Birds of Prey. But
Yeah.
no, I want.
Also, look at the past
complexity.
2 weeks. A lot of more like directors and producers and actors are actually showing support for this Snyder Cut. A lot of them on Twitter are going, yes, let's watch the Snyder Cut. Let's. Even Gabby Union said, I stand with Ray Fisher, hashtag Snyder Cut. Like, there's a lot of people that are now realizing the Snyder Cut is bigger. But what Trevor Noah said, that like, if every single person in the whole world had Twitter, Snyder Cut would only be a portion of Twitter. It wouldn't be as big as some other things. And he's right, because not everyone knows about the Snyder Cut. Not
That's
everyone
true,
knows
yeah.
about this, because you don't see, if everyone knew about the Snyder Cut, then I'm sure there will be sequel already greenlit. But not everyone knows about it.
Yeah.
Right. So, guys, question for the panel. Wonder Woman got her sequel greenlit within 48 hours of release on HBO Max and in theaters. I know that the Snyder Cut is going to be different, but if this is an overwhelming overnight success, right? The first day it's shattering numbers. How long do you think that it will take for them to announce either something's in the works or they're at least contemplating it?
Probably that Saturday. That Saturday or the
Okay.
Monday after.
Wow. He said it before I did. I think right now, according to Ty's girlfriend Grace Randolph,
Oh, jeez.
WB is already very happy. And WB, by the way, has been very schoolgirl about this. Like, not tweeting anything. They've been very douchey
Hey.
about this. According to
Hamada and
Grace
Emmerich are
Randolph,
probably really mad right now.
they're
They're
mad.
probably
Of course
really
they
mad
are.
that they're like mad that what they
But-
did was wrong, but at the same time they're like, the thing that we hated so much is trending on Twitter as number 5, number 3 in
Exactly.
various places.
And that's maybe how it should be. So if money talks. I'm a capitalist. Let the money talk. All of you people watching today, do not cancel your HBO subscription.
Yeah,
as soon as
don't
you watch this
churn.
movie.
Don't churn.
Show your support. Show these big corporations, because at the end of the day, it's in their hands. We can't make a $300 movie. They can. Show your support and let them know, hey,
Yeah.
we're willing to pay you. We're willing to pay $15 a month for HBO Max. But give us what we want, because that's the way you win in this world. And Caden, you said it's Saturday or Monday. I think so too. That was my prediction. I think that it comes out March 18th, my birthday. By that Saturday or Monday, if they look at the numbers, there's a potential for this to be bigger than Wonder Woman. But we have to build the hype. As fans, we have to explain to people why this movie's important. Because yeah, DC fans or comic book fans, we get it. The average person, last night, I was explaining the Snyder Cut to a whole bar full of people. They had no idea what I was talking about. They're like,
Right.
Sure, that conversation wasn't awkward.
Yeah.
It was awkward as hell. I'm on the microphone explaining, like, hey, Bonk Bar is supporting us, yada, yada, yada. And they're looking at me like, didn't that movie come out 2 years ago? 2 years ago or a couple of years ago? But, like, you have to, that's why me and Ty are working on something that we hope will change that perspective, God willing. I don't want to say too much, but that's what we're working on. As fans, we have to take the initiative, just like it was with the release of Snyder Cut movement. We have to take initiative to explain to people it's not just about a movie. It's about fans beating a very strong system.
Very much. I couldn't have said that better. And it sucks when the only potential problem that I'm seeing, right, from Zack Snyder's Justice League being greenlit is the fact that it could potentially be confused with a film from 2017 of the same name. It sucks that might be the only thing that holds it back, because the film's obviously going to be better. There's no question, right? There is absolutely no question. If Zack Snyder's Justice League is half as good as BVS Ultimate Edition, then we don't have anything to worry about, right? However, the issue that I see is general audience is not giving it the time of day because they think this is not something brand new.
Yeah.
When they see shots that they might have seen in these ones, right? Oh, yeah. Whoa, Superman has a black suit, not a red and blue suit, right? Oh, that doesn't. So they changed the color a little bit. Okay, all right, I don't need to watch that. Oh, okay, it's Ben Affleck again, and he's gonna say that his ribs are broken or his back is broken again. Oh, okay, I don't need to watch that, right? And that might be an issue.
Yeah, and that's why it's so hard to explain to people. And people will think, oh, it's an alternate version of the first film, which means it's the same film but just different. And it's hard to explain because this has never happened before.
Right.
At least not so soon,
Yeah, and so that's why the lack of marketing on this from HBO Max or from Warner Max, I should say, is a little bit alarming, right? I think they should be doing a little bit more. Everyone and their mother was like, "Oh, don't worry, wait till February, wait till you see the push of marketing that we get." And yeah, these little teasers are doing well, right?
Yeah, among fans, they're doing well.
Yeah, I mean, this one here alone has 1.6 million views in a little over 24 hours. However, these are people that do know. I mean, I'm sure there's some that are general audience members, but for the most part, these are people that know what Zack Snyder's Justice League is. We need to be marketing it. You don't need to market this to us.
Exactly.
You need to market this to them. And
like this shot of Wonder Woman, I love it because we haven't seen that Wonder Woman in 5 years. I like the first Wonder Woman. Okay, so 4 years. The Warrior. Look at that look on her face. Did you see that kind of warrior look in Wonder Woman 1984? And by the way, you and Justice didn't like it. I enjoyed it for what it was. But even I'll admit, we didn't see the war in the Warrior.
Right.
Where is she? She can take a headbutt from Superman. This is one bad bitch. Pardon my language. I mean that in a positive way. Like this is not some like I'm in love with my boyfriend. No, look at that face. Look at that. She's like out for blood.
She's totally different from Wonder Woman in this movie and BVS. She's the same tone, but then Wonder Woman 84, she's like some lighthearted angel warrior. I'm like, that's not her.
Right.
They're trying to do something like, it reminds me of Incredible Hulk. They're trying to make something more like the show, which was the 1970s show where she's like,
Yeah.
Look, you can still do the love stuff. The stuff with Steve Trevor didn't bother me, but this bitch should be breaking tanks apart. Pardon my language, but I don't mean that negative. I mean it in a good way, like just like someone who can cut the shit out of you. You know what I mean? Like just someone who could. He's the warrior. I love. Anthony had in his background. I didn't address this, but he had the image that Zack Snyder had of like her holding heads. She can be compassionate, loving, and also fierce. Why can't we have both? Get a writer who can do both. She can be loving. She can be caring. She can be compassionate, graceful, but she can also cut your dick, right off. Just someone badass. That's what I wanted. And look, I enjoyed Wonder Woman 1984. I know everyone else did, but I would love to have seen more of that.
Right, and also Patty Jenkins said something that was really cool, that all the DC directors, like from after Justice League, they threw that out. They're like, we're not doing this. We're gonna do what Zack wanted.
Yeah.
So all the what Zack and Ray are saying that this movie is canon to the whole DCEU, and yet
I hope it is.
Walter Hamada and Emmerich aren't taking that at all. They are seeing this as canon to the Justice League, but then Patty Jenkins flat out said, "No, this is not. This is canon to Zack Snyder's overall vision." But at the same time, she said this when she was pressing for Wonder Woman 84. I'm like, how is Wonder Woman 84? The tone of Wonder Woman is very different from what she was in Wonder Woman and BVS and right now what we're seeing in Zack Snyder's Justice League are totally different. What we saw in Wonder Woman 84 looks like the Wonder Woman we got in Justice League, which is and it was it was very weird.
Wait, who is this? Who said it? That's Zack Snyder?
Yeah, Zack Snyder said that's Granny Goodness. And I think that's Molly Wesley. Not Judy Dench. He said it wasn't Judy Dench. I think it's Molly Wesley. Or someone said it would be crazy if it was Meryl Streep. I was like, that would be crazy.
Yeah. Because Meryl Streep is like, I'm against.
I wouldn't have minded. I wouldn't have minded if they got the what's her name from Bates Motel. Kathy Bates, yeah. Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates is from Misery. From Bates Motel. You're talking about Vera Farmiga. She's in Insidious and Conjuring. You talking about her? Or she's in The Conjuring?
What are you talking about? She was in Bates Motel.
Was Kathy
whatever.
in Bates Motel?
Yeah. I think. All right, whatever.
No.
She was in American Horror Story too, right?
I've never seen American Horror Story, but Kathy Bates might have been. But in Bates
Yeah.
Motel, that's Vera Farmiga. You talking about the?
Yeah.
She's very attractive, blonde hair. She was in The
No,
Departed.
no.
You're talking about
Why
her?
would I mention her in connection to Granny Goodness?
I don't know. Well, she's good looking.
Come on, man. Granny Goodness is Granny.
Oh, have you never seen Hot Grannies before?
No,
Sorry,
honestly, I have not. I have not. There's not a single.
Well, Tyler, you need to expand your horizons, as someone once told me.
Most
Makes
disgusting
Gandalf
thing I've
Someone
ever
mad.
heard.
messaged me one time telling me I need to expand my horizons.
Oh yeah, she was not in it.
Yeah.
Wait, unless I don't know. I'm just looking at the first like couple cast and crew members, but let me see here.
But
Sorry, go ahead, Kate.
what would be cool is Molly Wesley. I think that's her name. She was in the Harry Potter movies, I think, and she played Ron. Molly Weasel. She played Molly Weasel.
That's Ron's mom.
Yeah, and she would be great as Granny Goodness. She
Well,
has that
look-
motherly feel, and yet it still has a dark. Can still have that dark.
I don't know why this
feel
is so
to it.
blurry. But freaking 1 gig connection. But any Star Trek fans in the comment section? Because the short hair
Yes.
gives me a very it reminds me of Tasha Yar. I don't know if everyone remembers her. From,
Yeah.
Star Trek: The Next Generation. She had the short hair. But I get a very Tasha Yar. I don't know why it's so blurry. Wasn't
That's
blurry
all right.
before. I'm sorry, because I have a 1 gig connection. But like
Oh, Denise Crosby.
Denise Crosby, yeah, you know, well, obviously she's like in her 50s or 60s now.
Yeah,
But
she's
she
a
got her quick
63.
plan. She's what?
Yeah, she's 63 right now.
Yeah, so, but like looking at the short hair, she was a woman character that was both tough. She had short hair, aggressive, but at a quick glance, it reminded me of her a little bit. Just seeing her, I know I'm not suggesting that's her, but I got
Yeah.
a very Tasha Yar feel out of it.
Julie Walters is the Molly Weasel actress, and she's 70 years old. So, but I'm sure there's always someone out there that is, someone also pointed out it just might be a stunt double for now, and then once they, go on with a New Gods movie or continue Zack's vision, they will cast someone for that. And I'm sure Zack has someone in mind. He plans ahead, so he knows exactly who he wants.
His casting has always been decent. Like you can't look at him and
Yeah.
be like, oh, he's had some bad casting. He has
No,
always had.
I think Zack and Chris Terrio and them, and then also with I think we have a balance of great castings on both sides. Both sides have great casting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listen. I like Marvel's casting as well. I do. I just think that Zack, like I've said many a time, I think Zack pays attention to detail, and I think that
Right.
he will not cast anyone without doing his homework completely before it, right? And he'll meet with the person several times to make sure that they are a fit for the role, make sure they are someone that he is going to be able to work with, someone who's going to bring something to the set, right? Not cause trouble, not cause drama, not show up. Everyone has to remain committed to the goal. The goal being, let's make a film that everyone's going to love. Let's make a film that's compelling. Let's make a film that makes you think. Let's make a film that is stunning and gorgeous. So I do think that Zack is one of the, if not the best casting directors amongst Hollywood.
Yeah, because
Right.
like a lot of people, like Tarantino gets a lot of credit. Like he always casts. It's not just a dialogue; he casts the right people to say the dialogue, and I think Zack gets overlooked because I'm thinking back, going back to Dawn of the Dead. Has he ever miscast someone? It's not until Justice League that those criticisms come up because we saw Ezra Miller's Joss Whedon interpretation of the Flash. You know, we haven't seen what Zack wants, and Zack has never let us down on casting. I remember to this day when Ben Affleck was announced, even I was like, Ben Affleck?
Yeah.
Ben Affleck? But like Ben Affleck might be my favorite Batman. I always said Michael Keaton, but I think Ben Affleck might overtake him because he's actually really good in the role, and everyone thought of Daredevil and all that. But when you have a good director,
Caden, is that you?
What?
Is that you in the background? The TV or something?
No.
They're right there, right there. What is that?
It's my sibling in his Zoom, so that's probably what it is.
Okay. It was throwing me off. I was like, dude, what is that noise? I was like, I is there something? Someone's echoing or something. It's not. It's that's the house that those are the things that we have to deal with in life today. It's not too much of a big deal. But yeah, I just want to read this comment here. So the Ghost Who Walks, or the Man Who Can't Die on Twitter, at the Man Who Can't Die. I'm looking forward to the full trailer going viral and getting the attention of general audiences / normies. I think that's why he's showing us a lot. Normies got to know this is different. They're key for a sequel. I couldn't have said it better, my friend. I couldn't have said it better.
Right. And that's exactly like people are saying they're showing too much, but I also think he's showing what to show, you know, the people that haven't seen this and are like, what the heck is this? And they're thinking it's a sequel to what they saw in 2017, or they think it's a remake of what they saw in 2017 or whatever that was. And he's also showing my film is very different from the Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also saying, like, I'm going to show my fans what exactly they're getting into so that they know. And also, I'm also showing the bare minimum of stuff that I'm going to show in the film.
Mm-hmm.
We've probably only seen like 15 minutes of the film. Barely.
And there's 4 hours.
Yeah.
There's 4 hours of movie.
Like, we've seen the bare minimum of this movie. And yet people are complaining this is too much. I'm like, it's not too much. It's not Sony level too much.
Oh yeah, Jesus. Oh,
but
my Lord.
It still pisses me off because during quarantine, people have been watching TV shows for hours on end. Even before quarantine, streaming was the thing. People would watch TV shows and movies one right after another. It's, you know, Netflix and chill. It's a thing. People watch movies.
Netflix and chill is a different thing, sir.
I know that, but my point is that the idea is that people all across, at least America, have been watching movies and TV shows. We have a new person, Barcelona B. Welcome.
What's up, Barcy?
She's always on. She's always over there at the Nicotina show. So welcome to the Pop Culture Corner. We, as always, love to have you, and we are really thankful. We hope you subscribe.
Yeah, please do.
The noise that you're hearing is Jack. I just want to point that out. It's not always there, and we're working on fixing it. It does sound like a bird in his computer. It's a joke. It's a running joke.
It's a running joke. But listen,
he's using the Twitter computer.
Yeah, I mean, but still, like, going back to your point, kid, it pisses me off when people are like, "Oh, 4 hours. I don't know if I can sit and watch a movie for 4 hours." I'm like, first of all, you don't have to. Second of all, the entire country, the entire world is used to streaming TV show after TV show after TV show. for hours on end, but now they're like 4 hours. Oh, I can't do that. Like, no one's asking to do that. Watch the movie
Right.
in pieces. You know,
Right.
like what Ping Pong Flicks made that joke earlier. Hey, you could just pause the movie and continue watching the film. But like, this is where I feel like people are just being, part of my language, extra bitchy. Like they just want
Right.
something they don't want to like about it. Like, oh, it's 4 hours long.
Today, I think today Zach, well, not today, but earlier this week, Zach did an interview with Minutemen, and they released it today, and he talked about how there is a 10-minute intermission with Junkie XL stuff, needs to score in, and but then I was talking to someone else, and it sounds like it was for the theatrical, but then I went back into the interview, and I was like, no, this is for both HBO Max theatrical. And like you get a quick 10-minute thing, and also exactly. They saw and we saw Endgame. I can watch Endgame and then Zack Snyder's Justice League back to back if I wanted to.
Hell yeah. Hell
Like,
yeah.
I would spend 7 hours watching them back to back.
Yeah.
With a 10-minute break.
Not even, right? Not even.
Yeah.
I don't need the 10-minute break.
Right.
You know what I can do is I can be a big boy and I can go to use the restroom before and after the film because I'm not 12 years or I'm not 11 months old and I don't need to wear diapers or pee myself. So
Exactly.
it's people complain and maybe I understand some of the complaints. One second, I want to get this out. So I'm going to mute you both. I can understand some of the complaints if, in fact, this was a film that was going to be in theaters. There's a different, I guess, it doesn't really make as much sense to me either, but I'll give you more leniency if maybe it's a four and a half hour movie in theaters, right? Because you're sitting down on the theater chair the whole time, and some people, like, they do have conditions where like they can't be in one position. However, if that is you, that maybe maybe you have to figure something out, or maybe you just should be at a theater or whatever it is. But the people that make the complaints about well, what if I have to use the bathroom? If you're telling me that you're over the age of 13 and you can't hold your bladder for 4 hours, you should probably see a physician because you might have a condition. I rhymed, by the way, and I thought it was pretty cool. But don't do that because y'all the first ones to run in line and see Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, and not say a word, or you could run and see Endgame and you're hyped. But no, Zack Snyder's Justice League is 4 hours, so we're gonna complain. No, it's the constant criticisms that follow Zack around.
They're looking for reasons to hate it. These are the same
Yeah.
people like 4 hours. I've never sat in front of the TV for 4 hours. I'm like, shut the F up. Yes, you have.
Right. I'm like, also, like,
Be right back. Keep going, Caden.
what I think about the 4 hours is it's simple. I'm sure because there's the big rumor of like it's going to be like chapters. If it is like chapters, you can pause it right after the first chapter. You can pause it right after the fourth chapter. Or you can, there's the second chapter, then maybe a 10-minute intermission. So you have 10 minutes to do whatever. Refill your nachos, refill your candy, do whatever. Remake some popcorn.
Refill your tears.
Yeah. There's so many things you can do in those 10 minutes that people complain, and then they're like, oh. And then once it comes out, people are going to be like, this is an insane movie. It's going to be great. And it's like, those 4 hours were great. I'm glad I sat through it. Okay. Wait until the next 4-hour movie and you'll see the next 4 hours.
I actually have something else to say.
Or the next 3.5 hours.
Yeah, I actually do remember what I was going to say now. I forgot something I knew I did. The Ghost Who Walks brings up a good point, and so does Caden with the breaks. Have you ever watched a film, right? And now really get in this with me, right? Think about this. Have you ever watched a film that you loved so much, or a streaming, or like say you were watching Game of Thrones, and you just didn't want it to end, right? You didn't want it to end. You wanted there to be more. You were desperately checking, right? Hitting pause. Oh no, there's only 20 minutes left. Oh no, I want to savor this moment. This movie's 4 hours long, right? Wait till you're like halfway through it, and like you're like, no, I don't want it to end. I don't want it to end because it's so insanely good, right? And you're gonna get those chapter breaks. You're gonna have your remote in your hand where you can pause it at those chapter breaks and make those breaks even longer if you like. You're gonna have they set these movies up, right? Especially movies that go over 3.5, 4 hours. They set them up like Tarantino did for Hateful Eight with an intermission or something that, because filmmakers understand that they do need to give you some time, right? And whether it be an intermission in the middle or chapters that kind of break it up, whatever. These filmmakers understand that, and they'll give you those chances, right? It's our job to take advantage of those chances when they happen, and not 20 minutes before it because because you need to go get a hot dog at the stand or whatever, right? So people binge, like I binge watched Chilling Adventures of Sabrina in one night, right? That's almost 9 hours, 10 hours of content in one night, and no one complains about that. No one complains when they binge watch Umbrella Academy for the first night, or The Witcher when it came out, right? I finished that in one night, right? No one complains about that. But the minute Zack Snyder's Justice League comes out and you're told it's 4 hours, all we hear is complaints, and I don't get it. It's like, and someone else said it. It's like, you guys, it's like some people wake up and they just want to complain to hear their own voice or to smell their own bad breath, and it truly it blows my mind, because I know that throughout this whole movie, this whole 4 hours, I am going to be begging for it to be 6, 8, 10 hours, because I'd watch it. I would sit there through the whole thing. And I would love every moment of it. Kinky, what's up, baby? What's up, baby? I love Kinky. Kinky's my man. That's right. I love saying this dude's name. All right, Jack, what is going on? What's going on, Jack? How was your little... See, look what Jack just did. He took a break. Look what Jack just did. He took a break, and he didn't complain that this stream is too long. He just said, hey, I'll be right back.
You know what, Ty? To tell our viewers, especially the Marvel fans, there is something that's amazing. On the remote controls, they have this thing called pause. So if you're watching a 4-hour movie and you can't handle it, you press pause, and you can come back and watch the movie at your own convenience. This is sorcery. Black magic. I don't know how it happens.
Yeah.
But for anyone watching, if 4 hours is too long for you, press this button called pause. You can pause, turn it off, come back. I don't know how they do that, but it does exist. So you can just pause the goddamn thing, and you can stop complaining.
I know that for me, at least, I'm going to be begging for more of Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah.
And all of us in the fandom and the movement are going to be begging for more, right? Because
this is just people bitching. Because look, the fact this is happening has pissed off people. So they're looking for a reason to if it was 2 hours, it's the same length. It's too short. 2.5 hours, it's too long. There's no running time that would please these people. They're looking for, if you don't like something, I don't watch Sex in the City. I don't watch 50 Shades of Grey. My sister likes that stuff. But I'm not going to be on this show being like, that thing sucks. It bores me. Just don't watch it.
Right.
Those of you who don't want to watch it, don't watch it. Freedom of choice. That's beautiful.
I love Jack.
They don't like it. They don't like that this happened.
I love Jack Pierre here. What's a pause button?
Yeah.
Oh my god. See, look at this. Ready? Look, my butt started to hurt because I've been sitting for all day. Look, I just got right up. I got up and I mended the situation. But so what is your? We do have a few more people in the chat now. I would like to get what you thought about the two teasers as we've gotten them so far. What's your favorite scene in the two teasers, and what are you looking forward to the most in the full trailer? What would you like to see in the full trailer that hasn't been included yet, that you would be okay with seeing and doesn't give away too much of the film? And just let us know, and I'll feature them all, and we can talk about them. Jack, what was your favorite moment?
In the first teaser, Superman.
With the eyes?
Not only that, it was nice to see his face look normal, and he looked so badass. Just like F you, like, don't mess with me. I'm here to kick ass and take names.
Yeah.
That thing. In the second teaser, it's got to be Darkseid. He looks so, like, don't even look at him the wrong way. He will tear you up.
Right. You know what I got the most excited about, I'll be honest with you, is this part right here. Well, okay. Well, it doesn't, this is like in context, but I was excited when it showed this logo and it said Zack Snyder and it didn't say Joss Whedon.
Yeah.
Right? That was my favorite part. That was my favorite part, ladies and gentlemen. My favorite part.
Berg or Jeff Johns.
Yep. My favorite part was when it showed me this logo right here. And I knew that this was Zack's Justice League and not Joss's Justice League. When we could see that when we could see that guy in the middle, when we could see his lip and it wasn't dubbed in like fat lip or like my laggy stream lip, like when Jack leaves me alone, that was my favorite part. And guys, just so everybody knows in the chat, come watch Justice League with us tonight.
Yeah, we're watching Justice League.
Come watch Justice League with us tonight.
On, Ill Life and Barcelona B, they wrote, Barcelona B, if you're still watching, she wrote, I was just about to comment that. I finished the season of Cobra Kai in a couple of days. No problem. I finished the first 7 episodes in one night. And I enjoyed it. If you enjoy something, you keep watching it. I can't tell how many shows, even before streaming, if you like something, you do it. And you do it, and time passes, you forget. So the people complain about the 4 hours. It's like, dude, you can watch it in pieces. By the way, Ty, I got to admit, now I was 4 episodes over a month. The selfish part of me is winning. I'm kind of glad we're getting this on March 18th, which is my birthday, by the way, and my sister's. But I'm kind of glad. I feel like it would be excruciating each week having to wait.
It would be, but it would be different. It would have been different. It would have been the good thing about, so guys, if you could understand this is, actually Barcelona says, why are we watching? Actually, they all ask, why are we watching Justice League? Because we want to give it a burial, and we would like to compare certain shots, kind of figure out, just do a little deep dive and do one last checklist of, what was reshot, make a game out of it. I know Jack will have a mixed drink with him. So anytime that, Henry Cavill's, anytime Henry Cavill's lip shows up dubbed, we'll make Jack drink. So grab a beer, grab a cocktail, and join us.
Listen,
and
I
we'll just
have
make
Russian
fun of it.
Vodka. I have Russian vodka in honor of the Russian family. Did you see the Vero comments where someone tweeted on Vero, not tweeted, but wrote to him, is a Russian family going to be in? And Jack's like, what Russian family? Like he literally had no idea because he hasn't watched it. Someone wrote to Zack, is the Russian family going to be in the Snyder Cut? And Zack was just like, what Russian family? And that was all Joss Whedon. And listen, Ty, can I say this? And to everyone watching, yesterday we covered all the allegations about Joss Whedon. They are gross, they're disgusting. And it hurts me because I've been a Buffy Angel fan going back to 1998 before any of you guys were born. Like, it hurts because this guy knows how to write. He wrote The Avengers. He wrote Age of Ultron. He's talented, and it sucks that he's such a piece of crap. And that's hard to swallow. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's just
BBS
right.
tomorrow, Ill Life.
BBS is at midnight. When did we say that?
Tomorrow. No, he's hoping we're going to do that afterwards. Ill Life, who's from Philly, we're doing BBS tomorrow with John Aaron Garza.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
it's
okay.
Gonna be long because I'm going to pause the shit out of that because every scene, like we said last night, there's so much there. So much there.
So, all right, let me just get this. Let me clear this up. All right. Tonight, we're going to watch Justice League. We had this idea a while back, and then Lightcast ended up, and I'm not saying Lightcast copied or anything like that. I don't think they did. But I was watching Lightcast, and they were like, oh, we're doing a Justice League watch party, and we're doing like a game we're making it a game. And I was like, really? That sounds familiar, because we said that like a month ago. So, we were going to do it after, but now we're just going to do it tonight because I'd like to get ours done first, simply because, and I'm not calling Lightcast out. I really don't think that there was any foul play there. Lightcast is, Matt's my friend, right? But we're going to do that tonight. BBS Ultimate Edition Watch Party is tomorrow with Garza from Real Anarchy and a panelist from the Vodka Street.
By the way, I just want to say this. Is Barcelona B, I don't know if she's from Barcelona, is that our first female live streamer?
No.
Oh, okay.
What are you talking about?
Well, I don't think we've ever had a chick in our live chat.
Yeah, we have.
I don't know about Ill Life, and I know Andrew's a guy or DC Extended Talk. But have you ever had a girl?
No, there's not a lot of female. There's not a lot of female commenters.
Could be. Listen, guys, I just want to warn you, all of you watching tonight. I have to warn you. Justice League is 2 hours. So if you guys need to take a bathroom break every 5 minutes, we will pause it.
That's classic.
If you need to take a break, 1 second after that break, you can take that break. We're not saying sit down and strap you down and we're going to inject you with something to stay seating. You can go.
It says
do whatever you want. You can take as long as you want.
2 hours is a very long time. I know it's hard.
Yes.
It's hard. It is
it's
very
hard. It's very hard to stare at your screen for 2 hours. Oh my God! It's not like I haven't watched The Office so many times.
Jack Pierre, if you're from Boston, I'll deliver you some alcohol. But if not, then I'm sorry, I can't help you. But not that I condone buying minors alcohol, but sometimes when you watch Justice League, even minors.
We do not buy minors alcohol. We do not buy children alcohol. Is Jack Pierre under 21?
No, he's over 21. Wink, wink.
Doesn't matter.
No, he's not. He's not. I don't know why. The BVS watch party doesn't have the correct time. Garza and I discussed the time, although I don't know it in my head, so I'm gonna have to go and look.
Yeah,
I can tell you.
Tomorrow.
I can tell you for damn sure it's not midnight tonight, and it's not 12 p.m. tomorrow.
No, it's not 12 p.m. tomorrow, folks. But listen, join us because Garza, if you guys don't know about John Aaron Garza, very analytical mind. That's a movie that it's 3 hours. The watch party is going to be longer than that. There is so much to discuss about BBS. Every shot, just with the opening sequence with Bruce
just
Wayne.
Imagine Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah, that's what I'm praying.
I'm like, look at BVS. It's 3 hours and some change. Then now look at this 4 hour film. It's Zack Snyder. It's gonna be like 12 hours of just.
Yeah. But so anyone that would like to watch it with us tonight, just make sure that that you subscribe, and I'm not trying to like solicit you into subscribing, and ring the notification bell, because I'm gonna have people like kind of like give me the times that they can do tonight, and whatever the average is, I'll do that time, because I would like you all to be able to be there.
Tell us, please be
Let us know what time that you can do it. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to watch it on Twitch and Periscope only, or YouTube will make me suffer the consequences. But
so listen, if you don't have a Twitch account, go make one now. It's free, and he's not soliciting you, but I am. I am soliciting you.
Yeah.
Listen, we want you to engage with us, and I got to give props to Ill Life, to Andrew, to Caden. Look, that's what we want, and I welcome Barcelona B, and who else is new?
Jack Pierre
Jack Pierre.
Kevin O'Doghair is always commenting.
Oh yeah, Kevin O'Doghair. Look,
James Collins was today. Kinky Sphincter's coming in a lot lately.
Oh,
DC Talk with Extended's always here now. The Ghost Who Walks always here now.
Who's that guy that used to always be with us? His name was Drip or something. That guy.
Oh,
what happened to him?
Yeah. He has a prejudice against Zack Snyder films, so he's not invited.
He's not coming tonight?
I hope not.
Could you imagine if you watch, you'd be like, dude, Justice League is so good. Him saying that?
I would put my hand through the screen and just strangle Justice.
All right, so guys, we're gonna wrap.
I don't know why Ty hasn't already done that, but
what?
What Caden said, strangle Justice, aka Big Drip, aka Drip Big, aka Always Wrong, aka.
Oh my lord! As you can see, we're running out of things to talk about. So
yeah, we are.
We're gonna wrap it up here, but please join us tonight.
I have some stuff.
Yeah, Caden has some stuff.
Okay, so I sent this to Ty the other day, but I'm not sure. But so, Clay Blois, some dude from Warner Brothers, did an interview with the Hollywood Reporter, I think. Hopefully that. But he said that the Peacemaker show comes out January 2022. That, and also there will be crossovers between the Robert Pattinson, the Batman, and Gotham PD spin-off series. And he's the HBO head, Casey Blows. And he said, we do not want to observe characters just for films or TV. So they are making movies and TV crossover. There was a casting announcement for Doctor Strange 2, about some dude playing some green Minotaur sorcerer. And then today a confirmed scoop was confirmed of someone in Captain Marvel 2. And then there was the Black Widow stuff. So yeah, that's the little quick recap of what happened today and yesterday.
So Gotham PD, and so we were talking about this with Anthony. Sounds like, hey, tell me what you think about this, because it reminds me a little too much of the Gotham show, which focused on Jim Gordon and Harvey.
Well, this is the perspective of a corrupt cop who is
that's very HBO corrupt cop. Okay.
Yeah, so it's the point of view of a corrupt cop going through it's Batman Year One. And so Batman's a myth, a legend.
Yeah.
Jim Gordon's the only one that knows that Batman is real.
Okay.
And then in the beginning of Batman, they in the end of GCPD, I think we'll move into a position where all of Gotham PD knows that Batman is real, and he will become the vigilante detective of the PD, but won't be working with them. Will be doing his own off stuff. But then if he finds stuff and Jim Gordon finds stuff, they'll probably connect some stuff.
Okay.
But and there's some things I've learned about this show that is pretty cool.
Okay.
And I can't wait.
On HBO too, so there's no like hand holding or any of that stuff.
No. So it's gonna be crazy.
2 points. First point, why can't we see your face?
My face?
He doesn't like to use the camera. Don't even. Yeah, he doesn't like to use the camera. Leave him alone.
Wait, hold on. Is that Kate? No, that's not him.
That was Caden right there.
That's Kate.
Yes.
What do you mean? No. He put up a fucking fake picture of himself right here.
No, Caden has like long hair.
No, this is Caden. This has always been Caden.
This is me.
This is every single time Caden is. This is him. He just some people listen. I like
Caden, say something. Stop.
Hello.
That's Caden.
Goo.
Ty, who am I thinking of?
I don't know.
The guy who joined us one time, he had long hair. I only mentioned it because I thought it was a girl.
I have no idea who you're talking about. Who are you talking about?
Caden, I thought you were a white guy. What are you? Caden, talk to me, my friend. Talk to me. Hold
That's
on.
funny.
No. Stop with the awkward sizes. Who was the guy who joined us? He was young, like maybe 17, 18 years old.
That's Andrew Caselli.
No. Andrew doesn't have any hair. That was the kid from Instagram that backed me up when that.
Who
Yeah.
was that?
That was some random kid, bro.
Oh my God! I thought that was Caden. Every
time?
Caden, I pictured that. Not to get weird, very pretty looking boy. Like the first time I saw him, I'm like, oh, Caden is a girl. But I thought that's who was. So my bad. I thought you were like that young 18-year-old with the long hair.
Yeah, he's like that kid was like 18, barely.
Yeah, he was a kid. So I thought that was Caden. And I've heard your voice. Oh, this is boring.
They kind of like I always said that Caden and Gavin sound similar.
But listen, okay, no, we're gonna start all over here. Caden, how old are you, if you don't mind me telling me? Look at Barcelona being DC talk laughing at me. I thought the kid with the long hair from Instagram was Caden.
No. Hey, listen, stop asking people their ages and asking what their races are.
Well, I'm asking Caden because I'm a person of color. See, this is the white man keeping us down. Caden, you're a person of color. I'm a person of color. This is always what the white man says. Don't talk about this stuff. It makes me uncomfortable. I'm sorry. No, I gotta apologize because I thought that was Caden, the kid with the long hair. So talk to us. I've never seen your face before. Welcome.
Half of these people in the chat, you've never seen their face before. You don't ask them what their age and color is.
Say that again.
I thought Caden was that white kid with the long hair from the Instagram night. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Caden, well, you know, whatever. It's nice to meet you, my man. Are you going to be with us tonight during Justice League?
Yeah, most likely. So in order to do this successfully tonight, I have to wrap it up here. All right. We're about to hit the 2-hour mark in 10 seconds. Caden, thank you. You didn't have to do that. I do appreciate it, though. We will be back tonight. Wait, y'all on Twitter, y'all follow me or y'all follow the page. As of right now, I think I put it at 9:30 for Justice League. It is subject to change based on people's needs. We're open to starting it whenever. So if you guys want to let us know what is best for you, we can kind of average it out so that we give everyone a fair shot of it. But we would like everyone to be there from the start if you can. Thank you guys so much for joining. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Follow us on Twitch, or I don't know if Periscope does that. Really not sure what Periscope is, to be honest.
Just do Twitch. Twitch is easier. Just create an account and just follow Pop Culture Corner, and you'll know.
Yeah, exactly. And thank you. Shout out to the Pop Culture Corner, Patreon corners, sitting with us right now. Caden Reed, my buddy Nick DePalma, used to work with that guy back in the day, and our newest member, ODD. Oh, dirty bastard. No, I'm just kidding.
That's ODB.
Yeah, that would be ODB. I understand how to spell. Thank you, though.
You're so white.
I'm so white. I am very white. But thank you guys so much. We did just open up the Patreon corner. If you do want to become a member, the link is in the description below. Get exclusive access to streams, early access to podcasts, your own 10% off merchandise code for the official store of the Pop Culture Corner, which is also in the description below. Follow us on all social media. And guess what? We do it for you. We do it for the culture.